I am finally back. I hope it doesn't sound too echoey in here because to me it sounds super echoey in here, but just gotta work with it. But I'm finally filming at my new house and I'm super excited. It's been very stressful. A lot of things have went down over this past 4 or 5 weeks. And I have a lot to tell you. Moving, ER, hospital, surgery. A lot of things have went on in the past 5 weeks. I want to do a get ready with me and kind of catch you up on some things. I know it's kind of been my routine lately because, as you know, in my last get ready with me, I kind of explained some things about what was going on with just nasty people. Nasty, just assholes. And it kind of deterred me, took me off in a different direction, not knowing if I wanted to come back to YouTube, but my husband didn't want me to stop, and I don't want to stop. We're doing this. We're getting back. I'm getting back in my routine. Let's do this. Let's jump in. Let's put some makeup on. Best thing ever. This jug right here. I will put everything I use down below because I have a lot to talk about and most likely will forget to let you know what I'm using. So if you want to know what I'm using, take a look down below. Oh my God, where do I begin? So a majority of you guys know, I can't find my mirror. It's in a box, it's somewhere. There's so many boxes that aren't even opened, that are still in the garage, that are in our guest bedroom. I can't find a lot of stuff. I was a very poor packer, I'll let you know that. But as a majority of you guys know, we moved, we're in, we're good. We sold our other house just this past Thursday. What date was that? Let's see. On the 9th. Closed on the other house on the 9th. Really cute couple moving in. It's their first house, which is pretty cool because that was Chris and I's first house. So kind of bringing that tradition on, you know what I'm saying? But a really nice couple. And that was a big weight off of our shoulders just to be able to get that house sold and just be able to concentrate on this house. And I think that's why we haven't made as much progress on our house now, because we were still moving things out and getting things together over there for them, just doing some nice stuff that came back to bite us in the ass. In the end, that's done. Grateful. Got a great price for it, or from them. Their offer was great, I should say. And yeah. It's been a journey. So the moving process itself was a show. And it was mainly just Chris and I. My brother did help one day, the very first day when we got the U-Haul. And thank God my brother helped because Chris and I would have never been able to move at all whatsoever. That first day was huge. So got all of the big stuff, a majority of the stuff over here that first day. We thought we were getting ahead of the game by having internet already scheduled to come out the next day. What else was supposed to happen? Oh, our appliances were coming out the next morning. And we had all this set up. We were like, we're going to get this show on the road. When we first move in, we'll be good to go. We'll be solid, right? Well, the internet guy comes out and says a line has to be ran because of the property. There was never a line ran, and it needs to be ran from all the way across the street. Now, we have a long driveway. You guys saw that in my last video when I was kind of showing you the property and the outside of the house and whatnot. The line hadn't been ran from the street to the house. And the company we are going with, or we went with, said they will cover up to, I think it's like $3,000 up to $3,000 to, of any work, basically, and, anything over that we would be responsible for. We're like, okay, cool. There's no way it would cost that much, and they kind of reassured that, kind of let us know that, so we're good to go. But somebody had come out, they couldn't do the work. So we had to wait another 2 weeks, and we're getting things lined up with the internet, and we're like hot spotting YouTube and YouTube TV. Chris really couldn't work from home, but it was a rough 2 weeks just with the, you know, internet and the hotspot and stuff, especially with my phone, because my phone is horrible, but everything was just so slow. It's like when you're so used to having like high-speed internet with everything. And that's the other reason I couldn't film. It would have took like over a day for me to even upload a video. So I knew the first 14, 15 days I was here. Oh, well, there goes that. There was no way I could film. So yeah, that clearly didn't happen. So they told us that the line was going to be ran that Saturday, that next Saturday. We're like, okay, cool. They said you don't have to be home. Don't worry about it. They'll just do it. You don't have to be there. So we're like, cool. So actually it was the day before my birthday, which was my real birthday was on a Sunday, but we had Chris's parents over that Saturday, and we had plans to go out for my birthday, meet up with my parents and live it up for my birthday. So we were here till almost like 5 o'clock in the evening, and nobody has shown. And I'm thinking like, nobody is going to show. Like, they are not coming out here to do this today. So we come back, nobody came, nothing was ran. I called the company and they said, no, they have the order until Monday. So they might be there tomorrow. They might be there Monday. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Not a big deal. Sunday comes, nothing. Monday comes, nothing. Call them back Tuesday. Oh, and here's the thing. They said that before that, a surveyor was supposed to come out so that we would know how much the cost would be if it was to be over that $3,000. Apparently the surveyor did come out. Nobody called us, let us know anything. So our assumption was it wasn't over $3,000. We don't owe anything, because the following day, 2 guys show up and they said they're going to run our line. And we're like, oh, okay. We had no idea. So they ran the line. It only took them like an hour and a half. Like, this machine did everything for them. It's just like this machine that like digs into the ground, like does something like that. And the line is ran. So took them no time to do that. And we're like, okay, so it's ready for them to come out and put the internet, like, we're good for internet now. He's like, yeah, all you got to do is call and set it up. And we're like, cool. Within like 5 minutes after they leave, we get a call. Chris gets a call, and they were saying, oh yeah, we just want to let you know the surveyor came out and it's going to cost you $3,000. And Chris is like, hold on. If I would have known that, I would have went a different direction. But the guys just came here and ran the line in my yard. Like, it is ran. And they're like, no, nobody was supposed to come out. The work order was delayed, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, Chris said, well, I have a line in my yard now. It is ran. What's the deal? What do you want us to do? And he said he could kind of tell the guy was like beating around the bush, didn't know what to do, was kind of like, had like an oh shit moment, because clearly there was miscommunication on their end, because I don't think that they were supposed to come out. The next morning we were like, let's just call and get our internet set up. What's the worst they could do? I mean, this is a big ass company, and it's like, okay, if you're not going to let us have somebody come out and do the internet, then dig up the line, the long ass line that you just buried in our yard, which we kind of knew that wouldn't happen. But anyway, they came out, set up the internet, and we're good to go. So the mess up actually worked in our favor, even though it was kind of a long drawn out process. But I mean, it was their problem, their mess up. Own it, eat it. We're customers, and that is that, my friend. It is getting hot in here. Whew. The following day, when we were supposed to get our appliances delivered, so mind you, Chris had brought a huge, I mean huge, U-Haul down our driveway. the day we were moving. And these guys come to deliver our appliances the next day. And apparently they're up at the end of the driveway, like, we cannot get down the driveway, blah, blah, blah. And Chris is like, I just got, like, I forget how big the U-Haul was, but he's like, I got that U-Haul down the driveway. I'm pretty sure you guys can get down the driveway. So anyway, Chris had to take his truck up there. They had to put every appliance, a fridge, dishwasher, and stove in the back of Chris's truck. Oh, I have an itch. And Chris had to drive the appliances down the driveway. So they're up there, they like blocked the street and everything. We were told, you know, from what we had saw looking at the house, everything was standard measurements for appliances. So we get our appliances in here and nothing fits. And we think those guys knew nothing fit because they were like in and out. They didn't even help Chris like put any appliances in, like nothing, did not do anything. They literally brought it in. Mainly Chris brought them in. And they dipped. We were calling. We called them like 3 or 4 times to like say, hey, like these appliances don't fit. We want to refuse the drop off, you know? So that was a wonderful first day with the appliances, which I mean now really isn't that big of a deal. But at the time it's like, really? So we had to reorder the fridge. We had to cut our countertop. We actually had Chris's brother-in-law come out and cut the countertop. Just to make the stove fit. And then the thing with the internet was frustrating, but there is a bee on my windowsill. What up, dude? How in the world did you get in here? Hold on, I need to let this bee outside. Go outside. Oh, you're on your back. Go outside. Thanks. Anyway, not a big deal, but I think the hardest thing that has happened the past month is we lost 2 family members. So Chris's aunt passed away, and then 3 days later, my grandma passed away. That was tough. Chris's aunt passing was out of left field. Did not expect that. My grandma, I think I've talked about her before. She was the one in the nursing home and had Alzheimer's, dementia, Alzheimer's. So it was kind of like we lost her a long time ago, you know, mentally. She didn't know who anybody was. It was very devastating. I mean, dementia, Alzheimer's, all that is pretty rough to watch. But we had a nice little service for her. This past Saturday, we had a celebration of life for Chris's aunt. But, you know, when it rains, it pours. So that was pretty rough. With me, I ended up getting another kidney stone. So this is kind of a long story. As some of you know who watched me back in 2019, I made a video of when I had gotten my first kidney stone. So it's been almost 2 years to the date when I got diagnosed with a kidney stone. So one morning I had woke up and I was on my period. So I have endometriosis. So my periods are already very they're pretty bad. So woke up one morning, but the cramping was on another level and I knew something wasn't right. I knew something was wrong because it just felt way more intense than my normal cramping. So I tried to fight it and think it would get better, took some Tylenol, and it just wasn't getting any better. And usually Tylenol with normal cramps, with my cramping, you know, it works. This wasn't working. So I finally, after about 2 hours, woke Chris up and said, hey, you need to take me to the ER. Something ain't right. So got to the ER at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And after being there about 2.5 hours and testing, I was diagnosed with a UTI. Sorry, I have a mirror behind you, so I'm kind of like looking over the viewfinder a little bit. Got sent home on an antibiotic, and I thought I was good to go. I'm like, okay, whatever. I've had one other UTI in my life, you know, not a big deal. So then the next day, I started running temperatures, and they started low grade, you know, 99, 100 to 101, and then they were getting all the way up to 104. Almost to 105. So Chris took me to the ER that Saturday. So that happened on Thursday, Saturday back in the ER, and they ran some more tests, and that's how they found the kidney stone. The kidney stone was blocking my ureter. So I had to have kind of an emergency stent placed, which they said was pretty hard to put in because of the kidney stone blocking. They literally had to, I guess, shove it up in there to try and get it to go past the kidney stone. So I got that stent placed, and then was on antibiotics until my surgery, which was 10 days later. Surgery went great. They did say I do have a couple small stones in my in my left kidney that they aren't really too worried about right now. They just want to make sure that they don't get any bigger, obviously. So I'm thinking like, well, when's going to be their time to shine? You know what I mean? What's going to go down when they're ready to have their moment? We were supposed to go camping in Tennessee at Acre Down and leave Friday morning. So that night, it was a Tuesday when I had my surgery. That night I felt great. Like, let's go to Costco. Let's get some stuff to, get for camping. Like, I felt fine. Like, I felt good. You know what I mean? Like nothing. You know what I mean? I was a little tired from the anesthesia. I was thinking Anastasia. I just ain't here. Like, I'm here, but I'm not here. That next morning around 9:30, 10 o'clock, there's those fevers again. Like, son of a bitch. It was low grade. Didn't really think nothing of it. I was hoping it would kind of get better. No, it wasn't getting better. By that evening, I was reaching back up to 104, almost 105. Got taken back to the ER, got admitted. So after my stent, I stayed in the hospital 5 days because those fevers were still horrible. So this was just kind of happening again with the fevers. And I'm like, oh, here's round 2. Wonderful. You know what I mean? In the ER, it was a horrible, horrible night with the fevers. Was not crazy about my nurse. I would just go from like freezing cold. And I knew when those fevers were going to get bad. I mean, they just had a process every time, the exact same process every single time. And I could feel the fever coming on. And I was like convulsing. I was that cold. And then when that fever would break, you know, they'd either give me Tylenol or Tramadol. I believe it was Tramadol. To help with the fevers and that with the inflammation. So anyway, I wasn't allowed to leave the hospital either time until I had until I was 24-hour fever free, which seemed like was never going to happen at that time because I just felt like it just was a routine, like constant. Every 3 to 4 hours, I would start running those fevers, and that's just what it was. Finally, after 4 days, the second time I was admitted, I was able to go 24 hours fever free. They consider a fever 1015. So if anything was under 1015, they didn't consider it a fever, which cool, fine, whatever, fantastic. Oh, my fan is in my room. So our air conditioning is super loud in our master bedroom for some reason. And Chris is in a meeting, so he turned the air down. So it is hot in here. Hot. This feels fantastic. I've had to change my diet pretty dramatically. So if some of you will remember the first time, I have like a hair and I cannot see it. But yeah, I changed my diet dramatically after my first kidney stone. And I mean, I will admit the past couple of months, I feel like I've really went off my kidney diet. So it's just something, I mean, it's a lifestyle change and it's pretty simple for me. I'm getting into the routine. You know, they say it takes 21 days to get into a routine. I think I'm there with stuff. It's just like low, no salt, low oxalate foods. And if I do eat high oxalate foods, which is like spinach, nuts, chickpeas, what else? Chocolate. There's like a list. But if I do eat high oxalate foods, you're supposed to eat them with calcium. So I'm drinking like a lot more milk, eating a lot more yogurt, like the Chobani yogurt. It's like no sugar added. Vanilla, which I really, really like. I drink Ensure to try and keep some weight on me. So I've switched out all my chocolate Ensures for vanilla and drinking a lot less of that. And the other thing I was doing is taking vitamin C pills every day. And come to find out, vitamin C can cause kidney stones. So I stopped taking vitamin C every day. One thing you don't realize is how much salt is in some things. And when I was in the hospital, my mouth is so dry. I'm looking at, like, I love pancakes and waffles. But I know like the pre-made stuff in the stores have, you know, some of them have a lot of salt. So I don't eat it very often. But I'm like looking at a Belgian waffle on the menu in the hospital. And guess how much mother salt is in a Belgian waffle, at least at the hospital. 93% of your daily amount of salt allowed. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Why is there so much salt in that? You know what I mean? Like, that just made no sense to me. So I've actually, there's something in my eye. I've actually bought several like no to low salt food options, like everything from scratch, like healthy. One that's like a 5-ingredient healthy diet book, just to like give me some dinner ideas, because we stopped doing HelloFresh because a lot of that stuff, like the sauces or like anything they send you to make or to use, a lot of those little packets, like the broths or like any of the sauces, any of the sauce packets to use, have a lot of salt. But anyway, I'm getting a lot of information from these books. And I actually, oh, the other thing before I forget is, and to cut back on animal protein, because that can cause kidney stones. Now, I know I did not have uric acid stones that are caused by animal protein. I had calcium oxalate stones, which does not mean that you can't have calcium. That's just what they're called. So, but anyway, I made like, yesterday I made pancakes from scratch and put no salt in it. And the other thing is like too much sugar. You're not supposed to have too much sugar is not good either. Yeah, I'm learning a lot and it's a journey and it's going to be a lot of making my own stuff from scratch. But see, I like to cook, so that is not a problem. So I think I'm going to pop my lashes on. Should I do some eyeshadow? I'm gonna do a little eyeshadow, just a little bit. Let's just do it. Let's do it. I laid it out here, all intention of doing eyeshadow, so I might as well do it. I'm trying to get in the mood for fall. I'm just not there yet, and like a lot of people can get into fall as soon as September hits. I'm not that person. I gotta wait until like the weather changes, you know? It's still hitting almost 90 degrees here. So for me, that's not fall. That's not fall weather. I need my flannels. I need my boots. I need my long sleeves and my sweatshirts. I don't want to have t-shirts on and shorts and sandals. That is not fall weather. So it's hard for me to get into the spirit of fall. I did make a little fall arrangement just to try and put me in the mood for my kitchen table. And I love it. I'm like so proud of myself. And I was actually at, where was I? Hobby Lobby, and found all the stuff to make it. And I actually got a compliment because I had it all put together, carrying it through the store. And some lady complimented it. And I'm like, sweet, that made me feel so good. We've done a lot since moving in. It's just a lot of things take process. A lot of, you know, it's a process. I can't talk. I did the backsplash, which was just like a stick-on backsplash, just to kind of give it a little facelift until we renovate the kitchen, which, I mean, honestly is probably going to be years down the road, but I just wanted to do something that was easy instead of spending the money on actual tire. Jeez, motherfucker, I need some air. Maybe it's because it's so hot in here, like I'm parched. I'm gonna turn the air on. He's out of his meeting. It's happening. We just got a new light fixture for above our kitchen table, which I'm obsessed with. Oh, I love it. Everything takes forever. Like, we ordered our couch like a month ago, and we don't even get it till December. Between Christmas and January 8th. So we're like, dang it, you know. It's going to be the last piece of the puzzle in our living room because we already got our accent chairs. Our rug will be here Wednesday. Chris is making me knock off Pottery Barn. I think it's called Foliage Table. What is that called? That is bothering me. Knock off Pottery Barn Folsom console table and coffee table, because I'm a cheap ass and I'm not buying no $700 table. Absolutely not. So we made a deal. I buy him a table saw, and then the stuff, the wood or whatever I need, the stain and everything, and he can build it. Y'all should have seen me trying to find all my stuff to film. I had to look in boxes to find stuff. Other rooms, like, I didn't think I was going to film today, honestly, but everything ended up working out, but it was a mess. There's still so much stuff. So I think what I'm going to do now is go off camera and pop my lashes on, and then I think we can wrap up this video since I'm a chatty Cathy today. All right, so I have my lashes on. I just used the Kiss lashes in the style Jubilee. These are really nice. I was going to use these other lashes that I've been wearing nonstop, and I can't think of what they are, but maybe I should put those down below too, because they're so lightweight, really natural looking, but do flare out in the outer corners, which is awesome. But they're not too much, and they're not heavy. You know, sometimes you wear lashes and it makes you tired, and it's like makes your eyes feel super heavy. Yeah, those are awesome. These do a little bit, but not too bad. All right, for lips, I don't even want to do a lot with my lips. I'm just gonna do a little bit. And I get to bust out my favorite fall lip gloss. Well, it's the lip gloss I like to wear in the fall the most. So I think I'm going to start out with the Milani Adorable Matte Lip Cream. It's hard to talk and, you know, tell a story, talk about something when you're doing lips. So, because then I feel like you have to talk like this, and it's really awkward. And then I'm going to use the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. This is my go-to fall lip gloss. I love it. I'm almost out of my Fenty Sweet Mouth lip gloss because I wear that nonstop. That is like my go-to lip gloss. And then this one in the fall and winter will be my go-to lip gloss. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. I hope I was able to catch you up on what's been going on in my life. It's been pretty wild, but I think things are on the up and up finally. and I can get back to doing this at least twice a week like before. I hope so. I hope so. But I'm not going to make any promises. But I'm hoping to just get back in my routine, and then that should lead me into filming. I think during this time, you know, me going into fall, I really should have started to get my Halloween ideas and things together last month. So I'm a little behind. I do have some ideas. I don't know if they'll be as elaborate as last year, but I mean, I gotta do something for Halloween, right? You know what I mean? It does feel good to be back on camera, talking to you guys, putting makeup on. I feel like I've barely worn makeup the past month, maybe like twice. That's it. That's it. Like, I'm totally out of the game, rusty. Like, I don't know anything anymore really about makeup, I feel like. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next one. Thanks for watching.